Hello everyone! Today I'm going to show you how I use straws to make refillable epoxy pens using silicone molds. The ink refills in all three pens can be removed and replaced once they are empty. In this video you will see how I make these exact pens you see on screen from start to finish. I also make other best-selling types of pens, so make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to catch my future tutorials. You need big brand ink refills or compatible alternatives of the same design. Here I'm showing a selection of pens that use refills compatible with the epoxy pens. To fit the ink refills properly, you need straws with a specific diameter. The refills fit snugly inside the straws and won't fall out, which makes them the perfect match. Thanks to these straws, you can create reusable pens, which can be refilled over and over again. The straws are slightly longer than needed, but you can easily trim them with scissors. Push the straw as far as it will go into the front of the pen mold. Then trim the end so it lines up with the small bump at the other end of the mold. This keeps the straw centered while the resin cures, so your ink refill will sit right in the middle of the finished pen. This method works the same for all silicone molds shown in the video. Once cured, the straws are permanently embedded inside the pens, ready to hold the ink refills which can be replaced anytime they run out. I'll leave a link to the straws I use. I was only able to find them on one online marketplace, but if you find them elsewhere, please share in the comments. The straw diameter is approximately 4.1 to 4.2 millimeters. It's a bit tricky to measure soft hollow items like straws with a caliper, as you see in the video, but I hope this info helps. If you'd like to see exactly how I make these pens, keep watching. Each pen needs about 10 grams of resin after the straw is inserted. I use a shallow pour resin that works well for pieces up to 1 centimeter deep. Low viscosity resin is easier to work with and helps prevent bubbles. I've mixed a little extra resin so I can also make matching charms, which I'll show you how to attach to the pens. In the video description, I've included all the product details and the timeline of each step. These cute shapes are perfect for pen charms and for decorating other items. The charm molds are excellent for small quantities of leftover resin from projects, and I highly recommend them. Now it's time for demolding the pens. I have a little overflow on the pens, so I'll sand it off. I always use nail files that I keep only for sanding resin. For example, the pink pen often ends up with some excess resin due to the mold's design. Unfortunately, that's hard to avoid. I start with a 100 grit file, then move to 180 to 240 grit, but finally I wet sand with sandpaper ranging from 400 to 2800 grit. I always wet sand with 400 grit and above in a bowl of water. After sanding, I use a homemade polishing paste and a microfiber cloth to get a glossy finish without the need of adding extra resin. I'll leave the details for the polishing paste in the comments below. You can easily make it at home using common household items. After polishing, I wash and dry the pens and give them a final buff with an eyeglass cloth. I'll now show you how to turn the little shapes into hanging charms for the pens. You have a few options. You can attach a jump ring to the end of the pen or drill a small hole and screw an eye pin. If you don't have molds to make your own shapes, you can use ready-made charms. I use enamel charms, which I find work great. To attach a ring, I drew through the sides of the pen. I originally used a manual hand drill, but later I got a budget-friendly rotary tool with a flexible extension, which I highly recommend. It makes drilling much easier. For this pen, I'll attach a ring by drilling through the sides. For the pink pen, I drill a small hole at the end to be able to screw an eye pin. For the last pen, I use a diamond file to roughen the surface of the bowl and the pen so they bond better when glued. Then I glue the bowl using UV resin. If your pens are in solid colors, use a strong air dry glue because UV resin doesn't cure between solid color surfaces. I apply a small amount of UV resin and then screw the eye pin to the pink pen. Then I add another thin layer over the top to give it a smooth finish. Here is a quick tip for you. I always wipe cured UV resin with alcohol. Even when it's fully cured, it can feel a bit sticky due to the inhibition layer, and alcohol gets rid of that perfectly. Then I add a jump ring, a chain, another ring, and the charm. The rings I use are quite soft, so I can open and close them by hand. If yours are tougher, you need pliers. Unfortunately, I didn't realize my camera had stopped recording while I was attaching the eye pins to the resin charms, so I'll quickly show you the process now. These eye pins come in different sizes, so choose one that fits your charm best. Drill a hole in the charm, apply glue, or UV resin if the charm is translucent, and screw the fitting in. For the green pen, I'll use a slightly larger diameter ring and will attach the charm the same way. In my experience, this pen design is the most popular and best selling. One final optional step. I like to highlight the charms with a chrome paint marker. These markers come in different tip sizes, apply easily to resin, dry quickly and don't rub off. It's a super simple way to add a professional finish to the pens. And here are the finished pens. The chrome paint is completely dry, the pens are super shiny, and I'm really happy with the results. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe so you don't miss future tutorials. Check the video description for links and materials and leave any questions in the comments. See you in the next video. Bye!